Fix old cameras. Your successful completion of the demonstrated repair ultimately depends on the quality of your tools, the condition of your camera, and most importantly, your repair ability.
Might be called a retina, or a retina, retina. Retina is probably what we're going to go with. So begin by removing the rewind knob of the Retina IIIs camera. Use the appropriate spanner as we do not want to scar or mar the rewind pin face. Carelessly allowing the pin face bit to slip from the hole of the pin face could scratch a beautiful little camera. Make sure it's seated properly when you do the job, and take your time as you twist the pin face free. The way the rewind knob is designed, just holding the outside knurled knob keeps the knob in place while you remove the pin face. You do not need to lock the rewind fork. The rewind knob lifts off as a unit to reveal 2 top cover screws. Use a properly sized screwdriver that closely matches the slots of the screws. The same screwdriver can be used to remove the end cap screw. Those 3 screws and the rewind knob, once removed, allows the top cover to be lifted free. Set the meter button and spring aside so they don't get lost. Adjustment point number 1, the rangefinder image or bright circle focus control. Loosen the lock screw and slide the assembly to the left or to the right. When properly adjusted, image should be at a maximum brightness and focus, and there should be little or no image shift when the eye is moved. Adjustment point number 2, reflected taking image frame control. Loosen the lock screw and rotate the centric stud. When properly adjusted, the reflected 50mm frame should be clearly visible. The 35mm frame is always visible regardless of the lens attached. Adjustment point number 3, horizontal parallax control. Loosen the 2 screws slightly and move the mask laterally. On an additional note, to facilitate parallax adjustments on 3 and 4, it is recommended that a chart be set up on the lens axis 3 feet from the film plane. This chart should have a 1/2 inch black frame around the perimeter and be a total height of 15.5 and a total width of 23.5. Align the chart and the camera so the black frame of the chart is just within the edges of the back frame of the camera viewfinder. Adjustment point number 4 is the vertical parallax control. Unfortunately, the rangefinder needs to be removed to rotate the eccentric stud. To pull the rangefinder from the camera case, remove the 2 attaching screws, then hold the movable arm toward the rear and slide the rangefinder assembly off the case. Loosen the lock screw for adjustment number 5, the infinity control, and rotate the eccentric stud. When properly adjusted at infinity position, at least 500 feet, finder image should coincide. Adjustment point number 6 is also located here, but underneath the rangefinder assembly. Adjustment point number 6, close-up control, is located under adjustment point number 2. However, the rangefinder has to be removed to access this. You rotate the rate adjusting cam slightly. It then needs to be rechecked at the infinity position and repeat adjustments made until coincidence is obtained at infinity and 3.5 feet. The final adjustment, adjustment number 7, is the horizontal alignment of the rangefinder images. Slightly loosen the mirror hold-down bracket screw and move the bracket forward or backward. In cases of severe misalignment, it may be necessary to loosen the lens bracket assembly screws and reposition the lens. When properly adjusted, the 2 horizontal line images in the rangefinder will be in alignment. In this particular camera, the infinity alignment is out and the adjustment procedure number 5 will need to be performed. Loosen the set screw and then adjust the eccentric. Check at 500 feet for proper alignment and readjust if necessary. Once satisfied, tighten the set screw and reassemble. Don't forget the meter spring and button before placing the top cover. Also, the shutter button needs to be in the position shown, along with the counter interlock button. It also needs to be in the position shown. When these two buttons are properly positioned, the top cover will drop into place. Perfect. A little review of the rangefinder adjustments as the Retina camera is being reassembled. If the reflected lens image frame is uneven or two frames are visible, use adjustment procedure number 2. If the rangefinder aligns at infinity but does not at 3.5 feet, use adjustment point 5 and 6. If the viewfinder image does not align with the taking lens image, use adjustment point 3 and 4. And finally, if the rangefinder image does not align horizontally, use adjustment point 7. All in all, the rangefinder in the Retina IIIs is easily accessible and fairly easy to make the necessary adjustments to bring it to good working order.
Thank you for watching. Inspired? Check back for new video postings.